Hi everyone, this is Dr. Nitin Choda with Ignition Time and welcome to my channel. Thank you so much for being a viewer, for being a subscriber. I appreciate you. Your vote of confidence in me and my channel is you clicking the subscribe button and you enabling notifications. Please do that if you haven't done that already. Please join our community, which is now a family. And also, if you learn something new from this video, please consider clicking the like button. That's all I ask. I'll give you the latest information, the latest news coming out of the White House. The president was interviewed on Fox Business at 8 a.m. East Coast time this morning, and the president said, and I quote the president of the United States, "I shut down talks 2 days ago because they weren't working out. Now they're starting to work out." Now, what the president said next is actually even more interesting because I did report yesterday that the White House and the Democrats were working closely together on airline aid. The president continued and went on to say, "We're talking about airlines and we're talking about a bigger deal than airlines." This is exactly what the president said. And the president also said that House Speaker Pelosi wants it to happen. Those were the president's words. Now, keep in mind the relationship between the president and House Speaker Pelosi is not the best. And I've done a separate video, a more detailed video on the relationship, or rather the lack of the relationship between the president and the House Speaker. So that is where things stand right now. Today at 10:45 a.m. East Coast time, we can expect a press conference by the House Speaker, by House Speaker Nancy Pelosi, and we can expect more information to emerge at that time. So things are very fluid in Washington, D.C. And at this point in time, we are waiting for other indications from U.S. Treasury Secretary Steven Mnuchin, from White House Chief of Staff Mark Meadows, from House Speaker Pelosi about whether they are, I quote, talking about a bigger deal than airlines. Those are the president's words. So, the discussions about airlines are indeed happening. I did discuss why the White House and House Speaker Pelosi are focusing on airlines in a very detailed video yesterday on my channel. You definitely want to check out that video. 13 out of the 20 most heavily trafficked airports across the country are indeed in Democratic states, and thousands of jobs are being lost in states like Arizona and states like Pennsylvania. So you definitely want to check out that video. So at this point, I'm waiting for more information from House Speaker Pelosi, and I'm expecting more announcements, more news to come in. But I wanted to report, bright and early to my community. I'm reporting for duty and letting my subscribers know that this is what's going on with stimulus negotiations. And the president apparently is indicating that stimulus talks have restarted, but we're waiting for confirmation about whether broader bipartisan talks on stimulus have indeed restarted, because the president called off those talks 48 hours ago. That's where things stand right now, everybody. My name is Dr. Nitin Choda with Ignition Time. I just want to emphasize that my viewers and subscribers know that the Democrats are at $2.2 trillion, which is the updated version of the HEROES Act. The Republicans are in the $1.3 to $1.5 trillion range. The Republicans originally didn't want to do anything more than $1 trillion. The Democrats originally wanted well over $3 trillion in the original version of the HEROES Act that was passed in May. Then they came down to $2.2 trillion in the updated version of the HEROES Act that was passed in the House, but it was a symbolic vote. It's not going to go anywhere in the Senate. And the Republicans, specifically U.S. Treasury Secretary Steven Mnuchin, on behalf of the administration, came to House Speaker Pelosi and said, "Hey, we'll offer you $1.62 trillion, which included $1,200 stimulus checks. It included $400 a week in extra unemployment benefits on top of the state unemployment that would be retroactive from September 12th. And the reason we're talking September 12th is the period between the end of July, specifically, let's just say the 1st of August, and September 12th is 6 weeks, which is the period that was supposed to be covered by the Lost Wages Assistance Program, which had its own set of issues, which I've covered in detail elsewhere on our channel. But right now, I believe what is happening here is there are three factors at play. There is economics, there is legislation, which is, the writing of the law and the signing of the law by the president. And then there is politics. So when you have economics, which desperately suggests that another stimulus bill needs to happen, when you have legislation which needs to be written, which both sides need to agree on, because keep in mind the House is controlled by Democrats and the Senate is controlled by Republicans. And then when you have politics, I believe you have a phenomenon that I call economic legislative politics. I just came up with that. I do believe that is what's happening right now. Economic legislative politics. The reason I say that is because I know that my viewers and subscribers need quick cash now. I know that you need money now. I know you need to keep the lights on. I know you need to put food on the table. I know you need to pay rent. We need money now. It's as simple as that. That is the economic reality of this situation. Almost 30 million Americans on unemployment, half of them on the pandemic unemployment assistance program, which is scheduled to end at the end of December, as per the language in the CARES Act, unless it is extended. Oh, and then I almost forgot. This isn't very important, but this is worth mentioning. There's an election coming up. I mean, it's not a big deal, right? But no, seriously. So there is economic, legislative, politics. So the economy, people need money. As far as the legislative aspect is concerned, the Democrats want something, the Republicans want something else, and then the Democrats want things in writing, and the Republicans also want certain legislation, such as making sure that there is liability insurance for businesses, for schools, for doctors, for hospitals, in the case of frivolous lawsuits related to the pandemic. So, in the end, I do believe both sides have a point. For me, it's not about the red or the blue, it's about the red, white, and blue. I'm not Democrat, I'm not Republican, I'm American. In the end, I think this all comes down to, joining hands and reaching what I call the zone of compromise, coming to an area of consensus. And the third aspect of this is politics. The president wants to get re-elected. The Democrats want former Vice President Joe Biden to win the presidency, and they want to take control of the Senate. So there's a political component to this because, like I mentioned, it's a very small thing. In case you haven't noticed, there's an election coming up. So because of all these factors, because of all these things that are sort of playing in together, we have a situation that where the two sides still haven't seen a consensus, even though there was strong bipartisan consensus at the start of the year. And there is a deal. I just want to be clear. There is a deal that can and should take place right around the 1.6, 1.7, maybe even 1.8 trillion dollar range. In fact, I had a suggestion for the president. I had suggested that the president, should send out a tweet saying, hey Nancy, how about 1.8 trillion dollars, including 325 billion dollars for states? You have 48 hours to accept. That was my suggestion to the president, and that is I did a video on that yesterday, so you can definitely check out that video. So at the end of the day, this comes down to coming up with the right legislative language, and also this is super important, and also being able to come up with the political calculus which allows both sides to take credit. You see, whenever there's a problem, both sides want to blame each other. But whenever there's a positive development, both sides want to take credit. So it seems like the president is trying to shift, trying to essentially say that, hey, this was part of was it a strategy? Perhaps. Was it the president changing his mind? I mean, who knows? Or what I can tell you for sure is what the president said. We're talking about airlines, and we're talking about a bigger deal than airlines, which is what the president said. And again, we are waiting for news on broader bipartisan talks. And, the two sides have not yet come to a consensus on the top line number and on aid for state and local governments. And I will do another detailed video on the president's assertion that this money is, that the president asserted, and this was in his tweet, that the Democrats want $2.4 trillion for poorly run or badly run democratic states, blue states. I'll do another video letting you know whether this assertion is economically true, whether that is actually true based on economics, regardless of the politics of this situation. So that's where things stand, everybody. Again, my name is Dr. Nitin Chhoda with Ignition Time. Let me remind you, for me, it's not about the red or the blue. It's about the red, white, and blue. I'm not Democrat. I'm not Republican. I'm American. If you want to learn more about me, please check out my video. I have the fortune, the honor, the privilege of living the American dream. Also, please click subscribe. That is your vote of confidence in us, your vote of confidence in me and my team. And please click the like button. I really appreciate you. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next video. Thanks. Bye.